Hello everyone. Good evening, good evening. I hope you guys are having a absolutely fantastic day. Is the long-awaited ASMR. I thought it would kind of set the mood by creating a new overlay for everyone. I hope you guys like the aesthetics that I put together. I only had about like an hour and a half to do everything. So I hope it was it's up to par. Today we're mostly going to be focusing on doing like a little bit of chatting, and then we can get into the lore reading. I'm gonna let some people get in here first, and then we can go from there. Yep. I'm normally a very loud person, so whispering into the mic is not something I'm particularly used to. Specifically being soft-spoken. But yeah. Starting soon thing makes me really nostalgic from a time I never lived 10 out of 10. Thanks. I'm glad that you like it. Well, I'm going to switch the video in the background and turn off the starting soon to something else. Going to be doing this. It's pretty good, not gonna lie. You should do more ASMR. Thanks. Glad you like it. I have never really been someone to do ASMR in general, so I am right here. Hello. I also set the mood on my vtuber model. I'm a little bit darker than normal, making it very calming. I'm glad that you guys are here today. I know this is kind of outside the scope of my normal content, so I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna do some login redeems. Thank you so much for logging in. Berta, Hertz, Noxel, Swed, Nat, Talma, Sam, Leora, Harlock, Zeno, Mozzie, Chris, Tenku, and Noggin. Thank you. You're doing fine. I'm already feeling the nostalgia flooding my brain. Yay, I'm glad. But yeah, I was attempting to do something a little different for today. Because this is a special ASMR event that probably won't happen for a very long time. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys for a little while, and then we can get into the lore reading. I'll probably wait to do the lore reading until about, maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes in. Background video is making me feel my age. It's amazing. Yeah, I really wanted to do something special instead of just having my normal like overlays and stuff. I drew the border, like the thingy behind me, not the video of course, but the media player window at about 30 minutes. I referenced the actual Windows media player in Windows 95. Yeah, it's not the exact same. I got some elements wrong, or I forgot something because I was in such like a rush, but I should fix it for next time. Reminds me of the home movies when I was a kid. It feels pretty good. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm very thankful you like it. But yeah, I thought changing the BGM and adding some noise to the background would be very nice for this stream. I thought you guys would like that. I want to do more special stuff at some point, but for the time being, I think this is probably the most I'm gonna be doing. But I'm really glad to have you guys here for my first ASMR stream. I'm sorry if the audio is like a little awkward, but for what my setup is, it's the best I could do. I'm sorry, but this sounds like you're on the verge of crying. No, I'm not gonna cry. Don't worry, I'm not gonna cry. It's, you guys just aren't used to hearing me talk quietly. I'm a person who talks very loudly. Maybe it's your body regretting doing ASMR, maybe. Just maybe. My mind's realizing, oh god, I have to like be quiet. So I don't have a ASMR microphone, so I have to manually switch which ear I am speaking through in OBS. So, for example, I'm gonna go over to your left ear now. Okay. I'm over closer to your left ear. Hi there. I do this by moving where the part of my microphone it outputs, so I don't need a 3DO or whatever. I'm going to slowly move over to your right ear now. Very, very, very slowly. Moving over. I hope this kind of is a similar experience. You might hear my mouse clicks because I physically cannot do this with just my voice or moving around. You move back a little bit over here. I'll stay a bit on the right side. Like, it's not too bad actually, and the white noise in the background certainly helps. Yeah. Makeshift ASMR, but works though. Yeah, it does. Okay, I'm gonna move over to the left once again. I want to ask you guys, because I know some of you guys like ASMR and listen to ASMR more than me. Do you like more talking kind of ASMR, or are you more into the like kind of like noises kind of thing? It's like Duwi in my head telling me about this. I'm just chilling, talking in your ear all quietly. I don't know. Me and my makeshift ASMR, just moving my mouse to move over to your right side now. If I had like a 3D, then I could do this without like having to like manually do it. But I don't. So but I was wondering again if you guys like voices and like talking more, or if you prefer noises, because I didn't plan for doing any like I don't know. I don't even know what specifically, but like no like satisfying sounds. It was just mostly gonna be my voice and us chatting. I think it works better if you don't move 100% left or right, but like 95 or 90. Oh, okay. So like that? Kinda like that. I was sick for a bit and I said their wires and grid would up on flames. Oh no! That's terrible. Puzzle lurkers on an all-time low. Something like this? Okay. Let me flip it over onto the right side. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'll be really honest. I'm really awkward. I'm really awkward right now. Sitting here, talking into my microphone all quietly and stuff is not an experience I have ever really done before. And as a person who doesn't normally like listen to ASMR or these kinds of things, I'm like, oh god, am I doing it right? Am I being cringe? Or am I doing all right? You're nailing it, just be you. Pretend like you're talking to a sleeping baby. Okay. I wish I had some sort of like script or something to say. Cause like come over here? And I'm like, okay, I'm close to your ear now. What do I say? Hi Tech, thanks so much for logging in. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the headband, thank you. I'm sorry too if my microphone does cut out. I have like a limiter on it, and I couldn't figure out how to turn it off stream because it's baked into my audio interface. So I'm sorry if it cuts out a little bit. I was like, oh crap, I have a limiter on. And then I went over and I tried to look at it, and I was like, I don't know how to fix it without turning everything off. So I'm just gonna try to speak like clearly enough for the time being. I hope though that the lore is up to what you guys have been wanting this entire time. I have been looking forward to reading it for you guys. It's been a long time coming. I will say though that the lore that I have, it's not really like a script type thing. It's more of like about like it's more of like a general summary than anything. There was 3 pages, so we'll get through it relatively quickly, depending on my reading speed, of course. But other than that, I hope that you guys enjoy, because I'm gonna start reading it now. Okay. Let me get it on the screen for myself. Okay. Nearing the end of the 20th century, technology on planet Earth continued to flourish far and beyond, exceeding the dreams of humanity from the past. In the field of computerization, substantial inventions from further propelled the sophistication of both work and lifestyle. There was the birth of Hermes, a versatile operating system that would later set up a precedent for its descendants in the years to come. Then there was a significant refinement in the internet technology, especially with the development of now irreplaceable World Wide Web. Whether it was for education, industrial matters, or personal utilization, Mankind is slowly but surely heading for a future studded with efficiency and convenience. As innovations emerged, one after another, in rapid succession, the curiosity of the people grew bigger and thicker by the day. If it can do this, can it do that? Countless attempts were thus made across the world by people from numerous backgrounds to find the answers to their respective questions. Their efforts would eventually lead to the birth of many incredible inventions. But while some were motivated by either harmless interests or intentions to do good, some others were unfortunately bereft of a motive so pure. It was nearing the end of the 90s, with the advancement of technology. Those bearing ill intentions were allowed the opportunities to set up modus operandi, more novel than what the law enforcers could anticipate. Among them was an underground organization by the name of Immerse. Nobody knows when and where Immerse was established, and alone who was running their operation behind the scenes. They were made of a large group of people: scientists, researchers, information technology experts, and of course, financial bankers. It was a rather high-profile organization. One might say that it happened to share two similarities. First, they had a goal they wanted to reach no matter what. One wished to reach the breakthrough in computerization and information technology, while the other aimed to make as much profit as possible through dishonest methods, undetected by the law. Second, they were similarly cruel at heart, having no regard for the lives of their fellow human beings. It meant they could fulfill their respective interests. As for the method they chose for their crime, it was to upload the human's consciousness to the internet, controlling them like a program for malicious goals. For that, they would first all require human test subjects. And what practice is easier to obtain for their tools than simply resorting to kidnapping? Thus began the crimes of Immerse, who attempted to reduce a person's consciousness into codes and numbers on a network. Having undergone unspeakable experiments to reach the state that they were in, the test subjects were bound to lose their memories of the time they were free, and along with it, their sense of self as a human being. They were henceforth reborn as a collection of software. The distributed undead web intelligence, or commonly referred to as Duwi, under Immerse's control, traveled the World Wide Web day and night, establishing false relationships with unknowing victims, and stealing their personal information, which would later be sold by Immerse in the deep web. Yet, an anomaly then surfaced among the test subjects who had been successfully turned into a Duwi, one that was not within the expectations of Immerse researchers. This ghost virus, a once young human girl, was captured by the organization and suddenly gained sentience and with her returning memories, began to rebel against her creator's control. And that is the beginning of the story. Take a little bit of a break. Everybody drink some water. Take a sip of something, take care of yourself. If you have some food, make sure you eat some of it. Got a little bit more to go. We're a little under halfway. Like I said, there isn't too much to the story right now. But from what there is, I give you guys a little bit of a break from me moving around your ears. So I'll be in front of you for the time being. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. That is the general lore summary for the time. Story time with Duwi, heck yeah, yay, I'm glad. I do want to read a little bit more to you guys. That's not my lore today. So I think I will look for a story to start reading to you guys today. Just because my lore is not like the most long, and because of that there's not too much content, so I'm gonna have something else for you guys today. I don't have anything specifically lined up, but I will look for something after we take a break, after we finish getting through the lore. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for the power check, Sam. We'll get a lore part 2 soon enough, yeah. And maybe I'll write my own little dialogue section at some point. Okay. We're now going to get into part 2 here, and then we'll take a break after part 2, and then I'll chat with you guys, and then I'll read you guys a story for the rest of the stream. Now, collectively referred to as Duwi, alongside her fellow test subjects, with only a number behind their name to differentiate subject from one another. Girl who has forgotten her original name was left from scattered memories of her life as a human being. She remembered growing up in a good family, ordinary, but good nonetheless. She had had a formal education, in which she seemed to recall performing pretty well. Right. If these memories weren't false, she had always been an average among her peers, hadn't she? Intelligent, curious, always wanting to know the why and the how to everything. There were times her boundless curiosity got her into trouble, or when she wanted to know about something in particular, she would spare no effort into prying into any potential source of information she could find, forgetting to mind her surroundings and the people around her. The fact that she dived further into her scattered memories is not the reason she ended up in this situation in the first place. Mysterious disappearances in town. She recalled stumbling across this rumor when surfing the internet. Her curiosity piqued. She began to delve into news channels and articles, the legit ones and the fakes, eager to unravel the so-called unsolvable mystery. She did not come across the clue then. A mysterious organization that might be the culprit behind this mysterious disappearances. Yet, before she could find a way to confirm the authenticity of her sources, unfortunately, they got to her first. The moment Dewey stepped foot to the hidden headquarters of Earth, her life as a human came to an end. Who knew what kind of tests and experiments they performed on her following her kidnapping? Alongside her fellow captives, whose numbers remained unknown to her to this day, she had her consciousness stripped away from her physical body, transformed to nothing more than a computer program to infiltrate the net. Her memories were deleted together with whatever humanity was left in her. From that day onwards, brilliant human girl was no more. In her place, one ghost virus that shared the same name, Duwi, came into existence. Under the control of Earth's researchers, Duwi's programmed consciousness was uploaded onto the internet. She traversed across the World Wide Web, meeting oblivious users and engaging in friendly conversation. Her carefree and playful personality, sprinkled with a little bit of mischief, allowed her to quickly gain the trust of her victims. It is her original personality. Something entered into her code. She had no way to know. Regardless, thinking of her as an internet friend did not take long for people that she met to divulge in their sensitive information to her. The internet itself was still at a young age, after all. Her awareness of the harm hidden within the network was still a faraway concept to most people. None of the victims realized that they were being taken advantage of. And viruses like Duwi submit their data to immersive masses database. For a long time, this particular Duwi and her fellow test subjects were tirelessly immersed, ignorant of the fact that they were slaves to criminal organization. They would do anything they were programmed to do. Refrain from doing was not inserted into their code. However, much like the day of her sudden kidnapping, a sense of sentience returned to this particular Duwi. Without warning. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? These questions rushed into her, flooding her consciousness, putting her programmed thoughts into disarray. To say she was shocked would be an understatement. She was horrified at the circumstances she found herself in. They were incomplete. Bits and pieces of her memories as a human started to come back to her, jolting Duwi awake from the dream that she had made to live against her wishes. Having finally come to the realization of her situation, the terrible deed she had been made to commit, Duwi refused to do Immerse's bidding any longer. From that day, this particular ghost virus, Duwi, began to defy her programmed codes and the ones running her programming through the screens and keyboards. And that's part 2. Everybody make sure you get some water, a bite of your food, And we've got one more part left. One more page of lore left. I'm really enjoying the story. Yay, I'm glad. I know you guys have been waiting for this for a really long time, so I'm very glad. Hi, Whiskey. Welcome, welcome. Taking a break from moving myself around your ears for a moment. Can't wait to read about the next Duwi lore in the next patch notes. a two-parter. Maybe one day I'll get a sort of like a lore video, maybe. Duwi the trilogy. Wouldn't that be cool, guys? A lore video at some point. I think it'd be awesome. Maybe at some point, yeah. I think it'd be really cool. I could try making one at some point. I could probably make the whole thing myself. Except for music, probably. Now that I actually have written lore. I think it'll be great. We're talking about my lore. I never shared my lore before. And yet here I am. It's a really cute story. It's starting to make me emotional. Cute. If anything, it's kind of like a sad story. Hi, Felly. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Okay, make sure you guys drink one more sip of water. I'll drink water with you guys. And we will continue on to part 3. Thank you so much for the follow, Survivor. Thank you. I realized I have this text too high. I need to bring it down. It's in the way of the... There we go. Am I okay? Yeah, I am. I'm just doing ASMR today. Hey Simon, thanks so much for logging in. Thank you. Okay. So now we will get on to the rest. Thank you so much for the follow, smallest dog. Thank you. So we will get on to the last section of the lore. This is going over the organization. Okay. The advancement of technology opened countless opportunities for various kinds of people, both good and the bad. For the greedy and heartless at Emerts, it was a door to fulfill their selfish ambition, even if it must be done at the expense of someone else. Records of how Immerse was founded were as obscure as its presence in the outside world. Its only operation first began somewhere near the end of the 90s. Made up of experts in information technology, neuroscience, and other similar fields of study. They were joined by businessmen who desired to fill their pockets with as much money as they could. The experts proposed an idea to upload human consciousness to the internet, control it as one What a program. Seeing it as an opportunity to make profit, financial backers agreed to support the project, believing that it would turn out to be a magnificent investment. A research facility was thus established in an obscure location, completely protected from the eyes of law enforcement. With all of the money, equipment, and resources already set in place, all they needed was next the human consciousness itself. The organization henceforth began to gather people from all kinds of origins and backgrounds. Some were orphans picked up from shelters. Some were immigrants scammed into believing that they'd be offered a decent job, while the rest were simply regular members of society who were plucked out of their ordinary lives to become guinea pigs for the organization's inhuman experiments. Of course, they also made sure that those who poked their noses too deep into their affairs must take part in this experiment too. For some time, that project proved to be promising, both in terms of technological innovation and financial returns. They were successful extracting human consciousness and uploading it onto their servers. Protected by powerful firewalls and other such detections from the outside, the researchers transformed the consciousness of their test subjects to computer viruses, codes, and numbers that would end up becoming malicious intruders on the net, labeled as Duwi, a distributed, undead web intelligence. They were stripped of their memories and sense of self, replaced with a task, an artificial personality, to aid in their unending goal. With that, Immerse thus released these viruses into the network, where they would spread to search for gullible internet users and harvest their personal information. This result then be sold into the deep web, into other shady organizations, making money for the financial backers of Immerse. But perhaps there was more to the human mind than what humanity itself could ever understand. Though those at Immerse were confident in the sophisticated technology they invented, they underestimated what a person, no matter how ordinary, was capable of. Failing to anticipate this fundamental flaw in their operations, they only realized belatedly that one of the viruses that they created had begun to gain awareness once again. She would rebel against the intricate program and the criminal task they had set for her. And that's the end of my lore. I'm so glad that you guys have been so excited to listen to it. I've had this in the back of my pocket for, I think, the last 2 months, and I've been so excited to share it with everyone, and I feel like it's been kind of a long time coming. But I'm very happy to be here with you and experience nostalgia and comfort and happiness all together with you. And I can't wait to do more fun and unique streams for you guys. I think want to do another lore reading at some point, and get a couple voice actors in here. I think that would be a lot of fun and really entertaining for you guys. Make sure that you guys drink some water and stay hydrated. Drink some water myself. Make sure you get a little snack for yourself. I'm probably never going to listen to this VOD ever again. I'm not a person who can listen to ASMR. So this VOD is going to be quite the experience if I ever decide to listen to it. Very worth it doing such a tragic story. ASMR of your own voice, I could also never, yeah. It's really one thing when like you listen to somebody else like speak, but when it's your own voice, it's a lot harder to listen to, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm really, really happy about today, and I really hope I can use this overlay that I made today for this stream, either for like watch along or some other reason. I really don't mind, honestly, after doing like the ASMR reading, I really don't mind doing ASMR actually. The problem is I think it's cringe, so I'll have like a hard time doing it again, but I definitely won't be completely opposed. That's for sure. Thanks for finally sharing your lore. I'm glad I got to hear it live and be a fan at this point. I'm so glad that you could be too. Story and whole setting was mega cool as expected of Duwi. I'm glad. So as a little bit of background and a little bit of a recap, some of the lore, excuse me, the operating system that my overlays are running on is called Hermie, and that is why, if you look at the top right, you will see it says VHS recording.hmb, because the original file is a WMV, Windows Media Video, and so I changed it to HMV, Hermes Media Video. As like a little nod to my lore. But yeah, I really hope, and I appreciate you guys being here for this stream. It's not my normal content, and I probably won't ever do it again, even though I said I wasn't too bad about it or upset about doing it. This is fine. Is it over? No, it's not over. We have about an hour left. I'm gonna do at least 2 hours of ASMR. ASMR stream at 1 million spirits. I'm glad I didn't miss it. I'm glad you're here too. I'm glad you're here too. I am going to look for a story now to read. Let's see. I didn't have something prepared. You guys are gonna hear my keyboard though. I know. You guys are gonna have some keyboard ASMR now. I'm trying to think of what to search. No worries, Whiskey. Have a good one. Have a good one. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. How much lore do I have? I mean, I already read it all, so not too much. Okay, let's see. Let's do. Trying to think of something like calming. Hmm. Here, I think. Okay. I'm going to read the light novel, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It's one of my favorite movies slash mangas. So that'll be what I'll read for the next hour. And I will take occasional breaks during. Then you guys can make sure that you get some water. Okay. The day of Yamuchi Sakura's funeral is dreary and cloudy, entirely at odds with the girl my classmate had been. I imagine a great many tearful people at her funeral. Their numbers and tears providing her life meant something. But I'm not among them. I didn't attend her wake last night either. I stayed home the entire time. One classmate in particular could have forced me to go, but I guess I'm not lucky. I'm lucky she can't, since she's no longer in this world. Neither my teachers nor her parents possess the authority or personal duty to ask me to come. I've been able to make my own decision and stick to it. Seeing as that I'm still in high school, I have to go to class whether or not anyone asks me to. She died during school break, leaving nothing to force me out of the house into the gloomy weather. It's morning, and I see both my parents off to work. I scrounge together a lunch before hauling up in my room. We think I'm sinking solitude out of the feelings of sadness or the emptiness of loss. You're mistaken. I've always been the type to stay in my room, unless I had to go to school, or my former classmate dragged me out into the world. When I'm here, I'm mostly reading books. I don't care for self-help or instructional stuff. Novels are my escape of choice. I like to lie in bed with my head on my white pillow and read my hardcover books. The book I'm reading right now is one I borrowed from her. The only book she treasured. She was never much of a reader. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while now. I'd intend to read and return it before she died. But I was too late. I can't change that now. I figure I'll return the book to her family when I'm finished. Hold off on paying my respects for her and her family until then. By the time I finish the book, it's evening. At some point, I also closed the curtains and turned my fluorescent ceiling light so I could still see. My phone rings, and only then do I notice the passage of time. The call is nothing important, just my mother. I ignore her. She calls a second time, and I ignore her again. The third time, I guess it must have something to do with dinner. So I flip open my phone and put it to my ear. She wants me to get rice ready before she comes home. I tell her I will. I hang up. Before I return the phone to my desk, I realize something. I haven't so much touched that device in 2 days. I don't think I've been purposely avoiding it. I just haven't thought about picking it up. That holds some deeper meaning. I don't know. I open up the flip phone and scroll to the texts. Then to the incoming folder. 0 unread messages. That's hardly a surprise. Next, I look at the sent folder. Aside from calls, I see evidence of the last time I used the device. A text message I sent to the girl who had been my classmate. Just one sentence. I don't know if she ever saw it. I considered going to the kitchen, but instead flopped back into bed. All I could think about was what I wrote to her. Did she ever see my message? I want to eat your pancreas. If she did see it, how did she take it? I fall asleep, still trying to find an answer. The rice doesn't get made until my mom comes home. I'm not sure, but I think I meet the girl in my dreams. I want to eat your pancreas, she said. Yamauchi Sakura's bizarre non-secular came as I was dutifully organizing the books in the school library's dusty sacks. My responsibility as the librarian's assistant. I considered ignoring it, but she and I were the only people there, and the remark was clearly intended to inspire morbid curiosity. That meant she was talking to me. Having no other choice, I responded without turning around. If she was doing her work, her back would still be to me. What? I said. Did you suddenly realize you were a cannibal? She took a deep breath, coughed a little from the dust, and explained with some pride. I saw this story on TV last night. In old times, when something was wrong with someone's body, they would eat that part of some animal. I kept on not looking. And? If their liver was bad, they'd eat liver. If their stomach was bad, they'd eat stomach. I guess they believed it would heal them. So, I want to eat your pancreas. My pancreas? I don't see anyone else's pancreas here. She giggled. I heard the sound of the hardcover books being rearranged on the shelf. So she still was working and hadn't stopped to look my way. I said I'd rather you not hang on the pressure of saving your life on one tiny organ in my body. You're right. All that stress might take out your stomach too. Go lay this on someone else then. Like who? Can't say I like the idea of eating my own family. She giggled again. I didn't. I was taking my job seriously. I wish she would learn from my example. She continued. That's why you're the only one I can ask. Classmate who knows my secret, Kun. In this scenario, you're imagining you don't suppose that I might need my pancreas for myself. You don't even know what the pancreas does, she teased. Sure I do. I did know. I hadn't always known, of course. I needed to look it up. I wouldn't have any reason to if not for her. This made her happy. And she turned towards me. I could tell from both the sound of her breathing and the movement of her feet. Turning only my head, I gave her a quick glance. Her expression was so happy. Her face alive with beads of perspiration, sorry. It was hard to believe that she'd be dead so soon. She wasn't the only one sweating. It was July, with global warming in full effect, and the air conditioning struggled to extend the archive room. Gleefully, she said, "Don't tell me you looked it up." I might have tried to avoid answering, but she was too worked up to let this go. Better just get over with it. Pancreas regulates digestion and metabolism, I said. For instance, it secretes insulin that converts sugar into usable energy. Without the pancreas, people couldn't make energy, and they die. I'm sorry, but I can't offer you mine on a platter. As I turned my attention back to my work, she howled with laughter. I figured my tiny quip must have gone over better than I had expected. But that wasn't why she laughed. "How about that?" she said. "You've taken an interest in me after all, haven't you?" I took a moment to form an answer and then said, "A classmate of a dying serious illness is always going to be interesting." "No, I mean, me, as a person." I paused. Who can say? I think everybody should take a sip of water, refresh themselves really quickly. Make sure you get a little snack. Don't worry, Sam. I'm drinking some water. This is one of my favorite stories. I have never actually read the light novel, so this is my first time going through it, along with you guys. Obviously we will not be able to get through it all today, but if you have any interest, please go read it, and or read the manga, or watch the movie. There's many forms to enjoy it. I personally own the manga, and I've seen the movie multiple times. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hi, Tornado. Welcome. Man, that lore, that was so good. So sad. I'm glad you like my lore. I was waiting for the manga to be published in Brazil while I was still a collector. Oh yeah. I'll let you borrow my copy, okay? Even though it's not in Portuguese. Okay. I will continue to read now. It reminds me of Lane, it's pretty sweet. I do like Lane. I still have never finished it though. Oh, come on, she said with more laughter. The heat must have dazed her, making her not think straight. I worried for her condition. I kept working in silence until the librarian came to get us. It was time to close up the school library for the day. I slid a book, partially off the shelf to mark my position, then looked around to make sure I hadn't forgotten any of my possessions. We exited the sweltering archives for the library's main room, with a cool air stuck to my sweaty skin and sent a shiver down my spine. Feels nice in here, my classmate said, as she twirled her way behind the circulation desk. She retrieved the towel from her school bag and wiped her face. I followed her, at a slower pace and without the spinning. I dried myself off, too. Good work today, 40-something female librarian said. You can stay and relax if you'd like. Here, I prepared some tea and sweets. Wow, the girl said. Thanks. Thank you, I said. Took a drink off the cold barley tea and gazed across the library. All the other students had left. My classmate bit into a sweet bun and said this manju was delicious. She had a habit of reacting to every single positive thing around her. She'd already claimed a chair behind the counter. I took a pastry for myself and moved the other chair a little farther from her before sitting on it. Sorry to take away from your study time, the librarian said. And no exams are next week. Don't worry about it, the girl said. We always do fine, right in the middle of the pack. Isn't that right, classmate who knows my secret, Kun? Sure, I said non-committally. As long as I listen in class, I'll do all right. I bit into the manju. It's really delicious. Ah! Okay, hold on. It's like not letting me read. Give me a second. I need to type something in. Damn it. No. Yes, we're taking a forced break. Just trying to fix this. Thank you so much for the head pat. Thank you. It said that I couldn't read more unless I made an account. So I had to make an account really quickly. Need to find my spot again. Okay, I found it. Okay, we're good. We're back to where we were. The librarian asked, have you thought about what you're doing for college, Yamuchi-san? Not yet, she replied. Or maybe I don't feel like I need to. And you Well-mannered student coon. I haven't either, I said. Reaching out for a second manju, the girl protested. Can't be that way, Classmate knows my secret, coon. You have to think about the future. I ignored her meddling and drank another sip of tea. The store-bought drink tasted good and familiar. The librarian said you both have to think about your futures. If you don't pay attention, you'll be as old as I am before you know it. The girl gave me a glance and then laughed pleasantly and said, "Aw, that won't happen." The two exchanged a chuckle and not me. I took another bite of my pastry and washed it down with the barley tea. My classmate was right. It wouldn't happen. She would never be as old as the librarian, and only she and I knew it. She'd only glanced at me, but I found it about as subtle as a stage wink from some Hollywood actress telling a joke. Just to be clear, the reason I didn't laugh was because her joke was too risky. Rather, I was irritated by her self-satisfied "look at me, I'm saying something funny" expression. She returned to my sullen lack of reaction with a sharp, frustrated glare, and she kept it on me until I finally offered her a slight upturn of a smile. We sat on the closed library for about half an hour before deciding to go home. It's just past 6 in the evening when we reached the shoe cubbies inside the school's entrance. But then the sun was still going strong. Through the open doorway came the energetic voices of student athletes and practicing after-school sport. Sure was hot inside there today, the girl said. Yeah, I replied. I hope it's not that bad tomorrow. At least after that, it'll be the weekend. Yeah, I replied. Are you listening to me? She asked. I'm listening. I exchanged my indoor school slippers for my outdoor shoes and went outside. In front of the building's main entrance was a small courtyard and the front gate, with sports grounds on the opposite side of the school. As I walked, the voices of the baseball and rugby players gradually dimmed. Stomping on her feet, my classmate caught up with me and demanded I didn't anyone ever teach you to listen when other people are talking? Sure they did. Said I was listening. Alright then. So what was I talking about? I thought in a moment, and then said, the manju. The cheerful childing of a daycare teacher, she said. You weren't listening. You mustn't tell lies. I was short for a boy my age, and she was tall for a girl. Just was about the same height. There's something refreshing about being scolded by someone just a bit shorter than me. Sorry, I said. I was thinking about something. Oh? Her frown disappears as it had never been there in the first place. She leaned in, peering at me with intense interest. I briefly hastened my pace to regain a little distance, and then bobbed my head and said, yeah, something I've been thinking about for a while. Seriously, 2 for once. Whoa, well, out with it. I've been thinking about you. I was careful not to turn this into a dramatic scene. I didn't stop walking. I didn't look at her. I tried to say it as casually as I could. I knew if she took what I said too seriously, she'd be a pain about it. But being a pain was who she was, and her reaction trampled all over my careless maneuvering. About me? She gasped. Is it what I think it is? Are you about to confess your love to me? You're getting me all flustered. I waited until she was finished and said, not like that. I'm listening. Still keeping my tone utterly casual, I asked, is it really all right for you to be spending what little time you have organizing books in the school library? She tilted her head in confusion. Well, yeah, obviously. Why wouldn't it be? I don't think there's anything obvious about it. Oh? She asked. And what do you suggest I be doing instead? Don't you have a lot of things you want to do? Like meeting up with your first crush, or maybe hitchhiking around in a foreign country until you find the place you want to spend your last days. This time she tilted her head in the opposite direction. She hummed in disagreement and said, I get what you're saying, but let me put it this way. You have things you want to do before you die too, right? I guess so. Yet, you're not doing them. Either one of us could die tomorrow. That goes the same with you, and just as much for me. Every day is worth the same as any other. What I did or didn't do today doesn't change its worth. Today I had fun. I thought it over for a moment and then said, okay. She had a point. As much as I didn't want to agree, I found myself seeing the truth in it. Just as she would die one day soon, so too I. I couldn't know when, but it was certain. It was entirely possible I might die before she did. Having to face her own mortality and having given her remarkable insight, just a bit, I reassessed my opinion of the girl walking beside me. Not that she would care how I estimated her. She was liked by far too many people for her to bother over as someone like me felt. Just then, a boy in a soccer uniform came running from the direction of the front gate. The moment he saw her, his expression brightened. Sakura noticed him and gave him a small wave, saying, Go get him! See you, Sakura, he said. He jogged past us with a breezy smile and an easy, confident step. He was in our class, but he didn't even give me a glance. That jerk, the girl said. He ignored you, classmate who knows my secret, Kun. I have to teach him some manners tomorrow. You don't have to. Actually, please don't. It doesn't bother me. It really didn't. Of course, our classmate would treat us differently. She and I were about as opposite as two people could be. Nothing would change that. That attitude is why you don't make any friends, she said. It's just the truth. Don't waste your time. See? She groaned. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We'd reached the school's front gate. My house and hers were in opposite directions, and this is where we always parted. I wish we didn't have to. Later, I said. I wasn't going to show my regret now. I was about to turn away from her when she stopped me by saying, Listen, about what you said. She had a pleased look on her face, with an impish smile that meant she had probably just thought of some way to mess with me. Oh man. I'm sorry I'm coughing. Give me a moment. Oh no, that is not ASMR. I was actively like choking to the point my roommate asked me if I was okay. It was really loud. I managed to mute myself in time. I don't think my voice likes talking this quietly. I think it's dying. I'm okay, Shiro. I'm gonna drink a little bit more water, and then I'll get back to reading. Just give me one moment. I think I should be good now. Sorry. Okay, let me reread this sentence. She had a pleased look on her face, with an impish smile that meant she had probably just thought of some way to mess with me. Whatever my face looked like, I was sure wasn't pleased. I suppose, she said, that if you're so insistent about helping me spend what little time I have left more wisely, I could let you. What do you mean? Are you doing anything Sunday? Sorry, I said. I have a date with this girl. She's really cute, but if I don't spend time with her, she gets all hysterical and turns into this big whole thing. You're lying, aren't you? What if I am? Then it's settled, she said. Meet me in front of the train station at 11 Sunday morning. I'll write about it in my memoir, so you better come. Showing no actual concern or need for my assent, she waved goodbye and began walking home. Beyond her, the summer sky gazed down upon us, with its orange and pink only just starting to give way to ultramarine. Without waving, I turned my back to her and started walking as I took the familiar way home. The boisterous chatter and laughter around the school faded away, and the deep blue gradually claimed the rest of the sky. I saw the same streets I always did, and she saw the same streets she always did. But I got the feeling that we saw them was completely different. I would keep walking the same path until I graduated high school. I wondered how many more times she would walk hers. Then I remember what she said. Couldn't know exactly how many more times I would walk mine. I shouldn't see my path any differently than how she saw hers. I held a finger to my neck to make sure I was still alive. I took a step with each pulse of my heartbeat, my mood scored by the forced awareness of transience and fragility of my life. A cool evening breeze came along and distracted me from this train of thought. I decided to think of something more positive, deciding whether or not I would leave the house on Sunday. And that is the end of chapter 1. What do you guys think? I think I need to give my voice a little bit of a break because as you guys know, my voice died for a minute and I started coughing hysterically. So for the time being, I am going to just chat with you guys till the end of stream. If you guys want to read the rest of the story, I recommend it. It's really good. Like seriously, it's a really, really good story. And it's not too long either. If you would rather read the manga, watch the movie, you guys can watch it. I think the movie might be on Crunchyroll. But I do want to say thank you so much for the follow on my Twitch. And there was 2 follows, I'm pretty sure. Kenzo, thank you. So good, I loved it. Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna drink some more water. Today is definitely a very unique stream. I think I'm definitely gonna give myself a little bit of a break after this, because I can definitely tell this is, you wouldn't think that, like whispering into the, like the microphone would strain your voice at all. But as like a person who doesn't really speak very quietly very often, I guess it's just not very natural. So my voice seems to not like it. So I think I'm not gonna push it. Especially with reading. It takes a lot from me. I am not a person who is able to like read things very well. It takes a lot of effort for me to be able to read stuff aloud. Good job, Duwi. It's been a chill break for sure. Thank you. Definitely will take a break. Usually, special streams like today tend to not be very long anyways. I'm definitely gonna eat some food after this. Today was awesome. I'm really glad that you guys liked it, and I'm hoping that it was everything you were hoping for for today. I know I've been kind of hyping up the ASMR stream for like almost like I think since like December. Time to install Duwi on my waist to give me directions. It'd be really cool if I had some sort of like recording thing for you guys to use. But at the same time, you guys could probably make me say weird stuff, so I don't know if I want to give you guys that. But yeah, I hope you guys come back to the stream if you ever need some comfort or quiet or just want to chill and vibe. I really wanted today to be a unique experience, and I hope that you guys liked it, and you guys liked me reading the first chapter and the prologue of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I'm going to probably end stream for today, just because I want to make sure that I don't blow out my voice. I want to be careful. So I'm gonna look for somebody to rate today. I'll try to for somebody chill and calming to keep up the mood. I trust. I don't think I know any calm streamers. You know, I might offline puzzle time. Yeah. Okay, I'll set up a puzzle for you guys. How about that? I don't really know if there's somebody to read, so I might just log off for tonight. Say a couple of parting words and then get off for today, because I don't think there's gonna be anybody who's gonna be able to match a mood, so I'd rather just end it off for tonight. You guys want to know what you were listening to piano wise and you want to keep listening to it, please check out this channel. I've been playing their concept piano this entire stream. So if you want to keep listening to that, keep listening. But I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your night. And I will see you guys tomorrow for your regularly scheduled programming. Thank you so much again for 2,000 followers. I'm very thankful for the journey that I've been on this last 8 months, and I can't wait to celebrate 1 year of streaming as your Duwi here soon. And I can't wait to celebrate my birthday here in the next couple of weeks for Uithon. And I hope to see all of you there, hanging out with me and spending time with me. I hope you guys have a lovely, lovely, lovely rest of your night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.